smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. 'Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. Never permanent, it doesn't have to make much sense. Believe me, when it rains, it pours. Erase what's there, start something new. Create the person that you choose. Open all the doors before you let them in. Don't let them read what's written on the wall. Bad things are gonna happen if you read into them all. Words I could rewrite.
Welcome to my channel, the best place for new and emerging leaders who want help navigating challenges in the workplace. If you're new to me, I'm Jaboria Scott, a leadership coach and consultant. And I'm back today with another day in the life vlog so that you can see what I get up to when I'm not working. Well, actually today I have some work to do, like some content creation, and I'm going to be working on my digital course. And I'm gonna start my day at a coffee shop to get some of that done. I find that sometimes when I change my location, when I work away from home, at a coffee shop or even a park, if it's quiet and I have the right setup, that it gets my creative juices going. And so I find that very helpful and kind of motivating. So I'll take you there, and then I may run a few errands later on this afternoon, and you'll get to see what I get up to as well. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so, and check out my video library with my catalog of leadership tips for new and emerging leaders, management, how to be a good manager. I have all of that in my playlist, so be sure to check that out. So let's get going before the day gets away from me.
Taking pictures, how often have I told you don't fight over via text? My reply is emoji shade. Are you up to something? So
Thank you.
The curtains out, the house is still silent.
Sometimes I like to come to coffee shops to get inspired. It helps me with my content creation. And right now I am writing a script about the Great Resignation, or the Big Quit, that's happening. It's a global phenomenon that happens post-pandemic, and how managers can help their employees through it, and what managers can do in the face of it. But yep, I come to coffee shops to get inspired. It helps my creative juices to get going, and I really get a lot done when I make time to do a little bit of work on the weekends and in the evenings, and whenever I have time to work on this specific task. Yep, so this is me.
A lot of friends on the internet, text as a rubber band man. We don't even chat, but it's irrelevant. Toxic people, I'm trying to get rid of them. Get away, get away, get away. Hello, 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 hello. I hope that you don't mess with me.
I thought that I could take a break from my writing content creation to make a book recommendation. A great book for women in leadership and management, specifically women of color, is called The Memo by Linda Hartz. It's something that I've gifted to a lot of my female colleagues as a must-read in your library, digital library, or paperback library for new and emerging leaders. Especially, it talks about the challenges that we face sometimes and how to navigate those challenges in a way that's authentic to you. So definitely get it. Thank me later.
I just left the coffee shop. I got quite a bit done in terms of content creation and settling on course topics for my new course. By the way, if you haven't gotten my ebook, be sure to check that out. The link is in the description box. It's definitely a must read for new and emerging leaders or anyone who is career minded, who wants to take the next logical step in their career and evolution of leveling up in their job. So be sure to check it out, and thanks in advance for your support. So I'm headed to Whole Foods to pick up a few things, but because this channel is all about leadership development, and providing you with the tips and supports to help you to transform into your best self in terms of management and people leadership, I want to leave you with one food for thought today. You've heard, I'm sure, the popular saying there are only 24 hours in a day. Everybody has the same 24 hours. And if you hear the noise, excuse me, that's the air conditioner, because this AC is no match for the heat that is out here. The sun is really coming in the car and it is sweltering. So I have the AC on blast, so please forgive that noise if that's what you're hearing. But like I was saying, we all have the same 24 hours. And the question is, what are you going to do with your 24? And that's something that I try to live by, and Mr. definitely, he lives his life by it, and he's a great example to me in our family. But if you're saying that you aspire to be a manager or higher levels of leadership, and you find it difficult to get it done or to do the things, focus on the things that you need to do for your own personal development and professional development, so that you can get that promotion, so that you can advance into your career, or so that you can evolve into the best manager that you can possibly be. It's about determining how you want to make the best use of your 24 hours. Now, when you break it down, if you have a full-time job, you will work anywhere between 8-9 hours, sometimes overtime, say 10 hours on your job, right? So what will you do with the remaining time? If you have a family to take care of that, take care of, some of those hours go toward them, some of those hours go toward recreation. But are you making time and taking time for yourself? Are you making yourself a priority? Because one of the keys to success in leveling up in your career and in your potential as a dynamic leader or manager is that you spend time honing your craft. That means you have to dedicate time to your personal and professional development, whatever that means for you, and doing the things that will increase your knowledge base and help you to gain the knowledge and the skills and the strategies in order to be phenomenal and take the next logical step in your career. And that won't happen through osmosis. That won't happen just because you wish it to happen. You're going to have to make yourself a priority and carve out some time within those 24 hours to dedicate and commit to the dream that you have for yourself. It just won't happen because you want it to happen. And time will pass either way. So would you like the time, the days, the weeks, the months to pass, and then you can look back and say, I spent this last 6 months in a wonderful way that was beneficial to me and pursuing my dreams and achieving my goals? Or are you going to let another month and another year pass and then you didn't follow through on your New Year's resolution? Or if you do vision boards, the things on your vision boards haven't become a reality because you didn't take the small action steps to make it happen for yourself? What are you going to do with your 24 hours? And only you can decide that, and only you can take the action to move in the direction that you're headed. So the power is within you. And it doesn't have to be like all these grand gestures or grand, big, bold steps. It is the little things that we do over time. It is the committed way that we commit and dedicate our time to ourselves. It is putting ourselves first in some small way in order to read the things, watch the things, learn the things, listen to the podcast, interact with the people that will help us to improve and to evolve and to really step into our personal power in order to create and craft the career of our dreams. And if you want more information about that, I have some specific targeted videos in my playlist on this YouTube channel that will help you. You don't have to search all around. They're tagged in the playlist. They're combined in segment and sections that will help you to really focus and hone in on this topic. So if you haven't already, be sure to check that out and be sure to subscribe, because on a daily basis, I'm committed to giving you tips based on the things that I've learned. This channel is all about the things that I've learned in my career, because I made a lot of mistakes when I was a new leader, a new manager. And I want to share that with you so that you can hopefully learn from the things that I messed up on, the things that I didn't get right, and the things that I've learned to do better in order to evolve in my career over the years, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes, so that you can bypass some of that and take a leap forward. So be sure to check that out. So let's head on to Whole Foods so that I can get out of this heat.
Now, I do not like green bananas or even slightly green, but I get them a little bit green so that as they ripen in the house, they won't go bad too quickly. So let's see. very much. These are my absolutely favorite muffins at Whole Foods. Other than the brand muffins, they're my faves. You see I have some coconut water here as well. So I love drinking coconut water on a hot day. Has a lot of good nutrients and vitamins in it. So this is the barbecue place that I stopped to. Got me some ribs. And I put barbecue sauce that you see here. I just put it in a little, just a little ramekin. I made a dip my meat into. Delicious.
These ribs are so nice and tender. I got some food from Whole Foods, the fresh deli and hot food deli bar for Mister. And for me, I felt like eating some ribs. So I stopped at the local rib spot and got me some.
This is the base for my stuffed peppers, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this meatless alternative that they make at the Beehive. They have a restaurant here as well, and I love it. We go there sometimes to eat vegan food, and I'm not really into the meat substitutes, but this one is delicious. It's seasoned very well, so I put this in our stuffed peppers or when I make spaghetti sometimes, because Mr. Doesn't really eat meat like that. So what I'm going to do is add this, and then I will drain the water off of the quinoa off camera, and then I will show you as I fry it down a little bit. I just saute it just a little bit so that it doesn't take that long to cook when I put it in the peppers and tomatoes in the oven. I decided to add the rest of the Beehive meatless combo packet because I'm going to use half of this as a base for another dish or another meal. You'll see that I like to season my food. I like to season. I'm Bahamian. I like to season my food. Grew up in the Bahamas, so I'm going to add some some crushed black pepper, a little bit of Lowry's, can never go wrong there. Some thyme that really brings out the flavor in your food. Just a dash of turmeric, has a lot of good health benefits. And then this is one of my favorite spices. I usually get it like at TJ Maxx or Whole Goods, Home Goods or one of those stores. Parsley flakes. I'm going to use the last of my turmeric. This is another good spice that I use in a lot of my stuff. Garlic powder, a little bit of crushed red pepper, and some paprika, and then a little bit of salt. I added salt to the quinoa after it finished cooking, so I won't add very much of that, especially if I'm going to use the Lowry. So that's the seasoning that I'm going to put in, y'all.
No conversation about the waiting from last week. We both leave sweating like athletes. So you wanna roll with me, and that's good. If you wanna start approaching me with that look, first glance, first dance had a man hooked. By the sober in the morning, how a man cook. Hey, hey. I feel your rhythm inside of me. What I like.
Time for the taste test now. Really flavorful, full of flavor, just the way I like my food. Lots of flavor. So, yep. Time to stuff the peppers now. Okay, so now that the peppers are nice and tender, I am gonna stuff them, and then it won't take long for them to cook. I'll put them back in the oven for just a few more minutes, and then they shouldn't take much longer to be nice and tender, where you can break them down with a fork or fork and knife. And there we go. And I also find it easier to stuff them, to cut the peppers in half, so we get more out of them, and then they're easier to eat this way, I find, rather than cutting the tops off and just stuffing the whole peppers. They're easier to cook this way, easier to stuff this way, so that's why I cut them in half. If you make this recipe, tag me so that I can see your version of it.
or if you follow it exactly, let me know on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. My handle is in the description box, and show me your pics and tag me so I can repost you on my stories. So I still have more left, but it won't go to waste like I said, because I can use this in another recipe. Like if I do tacos, soft shell tacos, I can add this to a few potatoes and different things to it, and jazz this up and reuse the rest of it. So this is them. I have about this much left in the pan, and then this is the finished product here. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm gonna put them in the oven for just a few minutes more. So like I said, I had some left over, so I'm just gonna put it in Tupperware so that I can use it for another meal. So I can add this to burgers and make patties. Like I've shown you in my previous vlog, you can take a look at that, what I do when I have leftover quinoa salad. Or I can put this in tacos with potatoes. There's several different uses I can find for this. All done.
The writing's never permanent, it doesn't have to make much sense. Believe me, when it rains, it pours. Erase what's there, start something new. Create the person that you choose. Open all the doors for you. Let them in, don't let them read what's written on the wall. Bad things are gonna happen if you read into them all. The words I could rewrite, erase my walls inside, make sure there's some light. Yeah. The words I could rewrite, erase my walls inside, make sure there's some light. I read the writing on the wall, that's the last once and for all. I've been struggling and it's coming out. There's so much left, what do I do? Rewrite my past and future too. That shit ain't set in stone, it's changing now. Ask me why it's hard to be sweet, cause my sugar's gone. It was taken from me, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. It's full of people that did me wrong. The words I could rewrite, erase my walls inside, make sure there's some light. Yeah. The words I could rewrite, erase my walls inside, make sure there's some light. The words I could rewrite, erase my walls inside.
Now they're done. I forgot to add the tops to the tomatoes when I first put them in the oven, so I put them in after they had been in a few minutes. And so they're all done, and we're gonna have French bread with it, dipped in sauce. There you go. So I have to bend down because my tripod doesn't want to act right. So thanks so much for spending the day with me. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part of this vlog was. And if you want to see more vlogs like this, let me know that in the comments too. And be sure to take a look at my other vlogs, my day in the life, where I take you around with me so that you can see what I'm doing when I'm not giving up.
So my battery died and I had to change it out. So all I was gonna say is, if you wanna, be sure to check out my other vlogs where I take you around with me on my day in the life. And if you wanna see more vlogs like this, let me know that too. As always, have a great week. Be kind to yourself. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.